Architecture and fund flow of the MIMHO ecosystem introduction. What MIMHO really is. MIMHO is not just a token. It is a complete, fully on-chain ecosystem designed to eliminate vague promises, hidden controls, and arbitrary decisions. Everything that happens within the MIMHO ecosystem happens through public smart contracts that are auditable and verifiable. In this video, I will explain the architecture of the ecosystem and, most importantly, the complete flow of tokens and funds from before the presale to the ongoing operation of the project. Nothing here depends on trust in the founder. Everything depends on immutable rules recorded on the blockchain. Before the presale, the most important moment. Before the presale takes place, the founder executes the most critical step of the entire project. He transfers, in advance, to each ecosystem contract the exact amount of tokens that contract is allowed to use. After that, the founder no longer has access to these funds. No human wallet can move these tokens. Only smart contracts, following predefined rules, can use them. This is the moment when the ecosystem stops depending on people and starts depending solely on code. Presale. 100 billion tokens. The MIMHO presale contains exactly 100 billion tokens. When a buyer participates in the presale, 20% of the tokens are delivered immediately. 80% are automatically sent to the MIMHO vesting contract. These 80% tokens are locked and released gradually at a rate of 5% per week, directly to the buyer. Presale tokens that are not sold are permanently burned. There is no reuse. There is no redirection. Unsold tokens are destroyed tokens. Destination of presale BNB funds. All funds raised in the presale follow a simple and transparent rule. 90% of the BNB is sent to the liquidity bootstrapper. 10% of the BNB goes to the founder, exclusively to support project development and operations. This split is fixed, known in advance, and enforced by the smart contract. Liquidity bootstrapper, single purpose, one shot. The liquidity bootstrapper is a contract with a single mission. It receives 300 billion MIMHO tokens, transferred in advance by the founder. 90% of the BNB collected in the presale. And it executes only one action, only once. Creates the MIMHO BNB trading pair. Sets the initial price 10% above the presale price. Adds liquidity using the collected BNB. Permanently burns the LP tokens. After this execution, the contract cannot be reused. Liquidity is created. LP tokens are burned. There is no possibility of future removal. Remaining tokens inject liquidity. Not all of the 300 billion tokens sent to the liquidity bootstrapper are used in the pool. Tokens that are not required to create the initial liquidity automatically transferred to the inject liquidity contract. And here comes a fundamental rule. Inject liquidity has no withdrawal function. Tokens can only leave this contract for liquidity injection, and only after a community vote. No individual, not the founder, not the DAO, can freely withdraw tokens. Founder tokens, 50 billion. The 50 billion founder tokens do not remain in a wallet. They are sent to MIMHO vesting, under clear rules. 3-month cliff, with no release. After the cliff, 5 billion tokens per month. Until the full amount is released. This removes initial selling pressure and aligns the founder with the long-term success of the project. CEX tokens, 150 billion. The 150 billion tokens reserved for future centralized exchange listings are also placed in vesting. These tokens are not available on the market, cannot be used before a listing, are released directly to the exchange wallet when required. Full transparency on when and how these tokens enter circulation. DAO tokens, 200 billion. The 200 billion DAO tokens are also locked in MIMHO vesting. After official DAO activation, tokens are released at 2.5 billion per week, an amount designed to be absorbed by the market. Prevents misuse, abuse, or impulsive community decisions. The DAO does not have unrestricted access to the treasury. It follows automated rules. Ecosystem operations tokens, 200 billion. Another 200 billion tokens are allocated to ecosystem operations, marketing, infrastructure, development, general operations. These tokens follow the same rules as the DAO. 2.5 billion released per week. No direct access. No manual withdrawals. Everything is predictable. Everything is verifiable. MIMHO token, Immutable rules. The MIMHO token has immutable characteristics. No additional minting. Fixed fees that cannot be changed. No hidden functions. The supply is known, finite, and auditable. No future update can change these rules. Video 1 closing. This was the complete fund flow of the MIMHO ecosystem. From the very beginning, before the presale, to the continuous operation of the project. In the next video, we will explain the brain of the ecosystem, the registry, the events hub, and how all contracts communicate without relying on trust. Everything is public. Everything is on-chain. Everything is verifiable.
Esse foi o fluxo completo de fundos do ecossistema MIMHO, desde o momento zero, antes da pré-venda, até o funcionamento contínuo do projeto. No próximo vídeo, vamos explicar o cérebro do ecossistema, Registry, Events, Hub, e como todos os contratos conversam entre si sem depender de confiança. Tudo público, tudo on-chain, tudo verificável.